5-star and T-Bone up in here. Let's get this party started.
Oh, we the big easy mafia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we the big easy mafia. Oh, we the big easy mafia. Oh, we the big easy mafia. Stand up, get crunk, make noise. About to go down for a black and gold boys. We ready, jam tight, no bluff. Saints are like the winter rain, got a handcuff. Beating down your block, Crescent City cloth in the air. Ask me if I'm a fan, I said hell yeah. Big Easy Mafia is what I be.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to another edition of Downspout Sports Fanatics. Man, we got a good show for y'all tonight. We're going to dive into a few sports topics and all, man. Delighted about the Saints and everything else. But without further ado, let me bring in the voice of reason himself. What's up, Mr. Dave Robin?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, man? Saints lost a tough one, man. Close ball game. I'm sure we're going to dissect it. We're going to hear lots of different opinions, man.
We're definitely going to hear that. And listen, we always needed truth, the hard truth, the Paris prisoner. What's up, Mr. Pacho Gonzalez?
Man, what's going on, man? Listen, I did say last week was the game to win just because of, going to the first, game of the season. But we might have a chance this weekend also if the cards fall where they should. But it's a who that kind of day at the end of the day, man. We in first place for the first pick next year.
Well, listen, let's dive into this past weekend's game, of course, and then we'll talk about the upcoming 40 haters. I don't even like them. But anyway, Dave, what's your thoughts on the game, man?
Man, I think it sucked that we, you and I went on that morning. I think it sucked that we didn't have Chase Young for this game. I think that could have made an impact. I think I did make a prediction about us getting like 4 or 5 sacks. So the defense did its thing, man. I thought the defense gave up a couple big plays. The run defense, kind of some of the same problems as last year, but I do like the fact that they got pressure on the quarterback. I thought they did a decent job of taking Trey McBride out of the game, and Harrison, outside of maybe a couple plays, he didn't feast as much as what people on social media are intending that he feasted. But man, I just think it's a team we just don't have the horses. I think Arizona. We missed that field goal. I think they're a little bit more talented than us, but the missed field goal, the third down conversions were pretty bad for us. We couldn't get them off the field a few times. The last drive, of course, people want to kind of dwell on that Juwan Johnson play. I think there was a couple other plays, though, man, that really made just as much of a difference on why we lost on that last drive. But, hey, man, look, it's an audition year. We can't get too serious. We can't get too upset. Minimize those expectations, and let's just watch this team, grow in the right places.
Absolutely. What's your thoughts, Pancho?
Yeah, man, I went to the game with no expectations. Again, I mean, at the end of the day, we're a good 3 to 5 years out. So anybody on this team probably won't be here by the time the fruition comes. When we see that light at the end of the tunnel, probably 80% of these guys won't be on that team.
5 years out?
Yeah, we about 5 years. We 3 to 5. We good 3 to 5 years. You still got to find a quarterback.
I don't think Kellen Moore survives.
Does he have his quarterback in the house? He drafted a quarterback the second round, so usually they bring that guy in. If you're not high on Shuck at starting, you don't draft him at 2. You draft somebody else who can further help you down the line, and you shoot for number 1 next year or something like that in a draft to get you. You kind of set up the pieces. I think they moved on Shuck a little bit too early. I think we should have built the pieces and let Rattler do his thing. I think a second round, a receiver right here would look good. You know what I'm saying? Under the circumstances.
I don't disagree with you there. I think right now, I don't know if you agree with that, Dave. I don't know if they 5 years out because that would be a major disappointment. 5 years.
Well, you got AK on 2 years. You got Cam on another 2 years. You got all these guys that you have to outsee these contracts.
5 years is a long time for a rebuild, dude. That's a long time.
I'm a season ticket holder, bro. I mean, that's the realistic of it right now. That's where you at. You don't have. All right. So what pieces are you missing right now?
Okay, let's explain this. Dan Quinn took over Washington Redskins last year. They're not on a 5-year plan.
they accelerated because they drafted the right QB.
Right,
A right QB.
Okay, well, the Saints can draft the right QB in the next 2 years, and it changes it.
Look, hey guys. I mean, technically,
They're young.
we're
We're old,
fan right
Rich.
now.
We're very old. We're very old at this point.
But look, Pancho, I kind of get where Pancho's coming from, but I don't think it's gonna be 5 years. I think football rebuilds are a lot quicker. It's all about how you handle it. Because I mean, truthfully, what are we like on a 4-year plan right now?
I said a 3 to 5. I said 3 to 5. If Shuck isn't your guy, then you set back another 2 years.
I mean, well, that's why. Okay, see, to me, so there's the Spencer Rattler argument to me. He had the 6 or 7 games last year. He had the preseason. I think Shuck outplayed him a little bit in preseason, although I do think it was close. I think you're giving Rattler maybe another game or two, and if you just don't see that crazy run, where this team really just does something out of expectations. You know what I'm saying? As far as if they don't win like 2 of the next 3 games, if we're 0-3, 0-4, there's no reason not to look at Shuck because, like you're saying, P, you can't. I don't think you could take in too long of a look at Shuck. I think you got all these quarterbacks in next year's draft, so I mean, I think that's got to come into play at some point.
I mean, the question is, so Kellen Moore is, I wouldn't say the QB whisperer, but he has. I mean, his 5 QBs in the past are really, really good. You would think he can evaluate that talent to a certain extent. Being a former QB himself, you would think he's seen something Shuck that turned the tables and made for whatever reason drafting second. Shuck isn't the best option right now because Keller, he would be on the field today. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think Shuck. I mean, Moore sees it every day. So maybe the decisions aren't there. But again, I kind of enjoyed the game because I went into the expectations of we was hoping to win, but at the end of the day, man, you're wasting draft picks at this time,
So listen, I put it up there. So how many games Rattler starts this year?
I say maybe 2 to 3 more.
No, I'd probably said he goes if he stays. He didn't play terrible at the end of the day. He was there.
He wasn't. He wasn't. I mean, I've been hard on him. He wasn't terrible.
I mean, there's promise there. He's still a young guy. Rattler's 3 years in right now.
This is what, year 2, right?
Year two. So I mean, it's nobody really take. I mean, there's a handful of guys. Jaden Daniels that take off on their first year, but I mean, look at C.J. Stroud. I mean, he took off 1 year, and Lord knows where he's at this year.
Pancho, this is my thing. This is the whole reason when they drafted Shuck, that spoke volumes to me. I mean, if they were that excited about the prospects of Rattler, you don't take Shuck at number 40 when you have all these holes on this roster.
I don't know if their eyes got bigger than their stomach at
no, but what I'm saying is, but if you have this blue chip guy, if you have this guy, not even saying he's Jaden Daniels, which obviously he's not, or Caleb Williams or something like that, but if he's this guy that you kind of thinking, hey man, I'd like to see this guy a whole year guaranteed. You know what I'm doing? I'm drafting the best.
Yeah, but I'm giving Shuck 7, 8, 9, 10 games of sitting on the sidelines and taking the speed in first. I'm not giving him 3 to 5 games. Rattler isn't losing you these games. There's a lot going on. At the end of the day, missed field goals. You got
Delani,
and Rattler did what he could do. I mean, shit. Under circumstances, I wasn't mad at the cat.
I think we're looking. I mean, look, Rattler. I agree with what Moore did, but let's not get it twisted. If they were both rookies, I think Shuck should start in week 1. I don't think Rattler did anything in preseason.
Also, you can't have good quarterback play when your line's getting punched in the mouth.
You can't. I mean, look, dude. I mean, let's go around. I mean, we can go around the whole team, and like I said, Kool-Aid gave up a couple big plays. I thought the defensive front seven was pretty good, except a couple of bad runs that they gave up.
I don't think Kool-Aid's the answer, brother. Sorry,
man.
No, I mean, look, Marvin Harrison's going to be a really good player. I think Kool-Aid's got potential, but it's growing pains. I mean, I think we got spoiled at corner.
I mean, the McBride was setting up a lemonade stand right in the middle of the field, dog, and just selling lemonade right at the middle. I mean, he was that wide open.
They shut McBride down for the most part, though.
He didn't have a good game. He was on my
tight ends. They was eating him up. I mean, across the middle, bro. It was just
he didn't do nothing. He was on my fantasy team.
Yeah, he was held in check. That was one of the guys I was worried about. But look at McKinstry. We're expecting Marshawn Lattimore just the same way we expected every other quarterback to follow in the footsteps of Drew Brees. I think we're asking too much. Like Richie, I get your doubts on McKinstry, and I have doubts on him too. But I think you got to ride it out with this kid. You got to see if he is that.
It was Harrison, not McBride. My bad.
Yeah, no, Harrison. Yeah, Harrison's going to be a damn good player in this league. I mean, he had a okay rookie year. Was kind of down compared to like neighbors and guys like that.
And it's hard. It's also hard to contain a quarterback that's so mobile.
Yeah,
That's tough, man. That's a tough.
Look, man, I'll tell you one thing.
Bro,
I think
McBride had
Randall
6 receptions. So McBride did have 6 receptions for 60 yards.
Yeah, but look, if you told me going into that game, guys,
but they were all first downs pretty much. That's what I'm saying. They were like they were all.
I mean, I get that, but if you give me McBride 6 and 60, I'm taking that every day of the week because basically he's
right, but if he's moving it, but if he's your first your possession receiver and that getting you the first downs, you need to not allow first downs. I mean, to me, you get what I'm saying? Nobody else was.
Look, dude,
Marvin Harrison was taking. Harrison was taking.
I'm not making an excuse about that, Pancho, because if you ask me, and I think Dave agreed, there's nobody on this defense that can stay with McBride one-on-one.
No.
Yeah, my thing was he was just moving the chains when it would need it. They couldn't cover McBride on the first when.
Well, the pre-snap penalties were also killing you.
Yes,
I mean, let's be real. The Trey Benson run, the Marvin Harrison catch, it was really 2 big plays to me that stood out. I mean, I thought the defense did a pretty good job, except on the big.
Yeah, I'm not mad at them.
Shutting the run down when they needed to. They kind of struggled with that part of it. But I mean, look at the pass rush. It was there. I mean, they contained Murray. I mean, they forced Murray into some bad situations at times.
Do you think at times I think Kellen Moore got a little cute calling plays too?
I think Rattler's more of a reaction guy. I think less time. I think if you kind of let Rattler kind of just move the ball a little bit more faster than huddling every time, and just kind of keep the defense, keep the defense over there fucking on their toes.
What I mean by that is you got these coordinators and they get this thing about them. They say they're a great offensive mind. Well, if the team that they lead still continues to play good on offense when they're gone, were they really the cause of all that?
I mean, I think when you got so much, if you talk about the Philly thing, I mean, you just got all-world talent everywhere. So, I mean, I don't think you could penalize Kellen Moore for that.
Well, same thing for Dallas.
Huh?
Same thing for Dallas.
Yeah, but Dallas, to me, is not a great offense. I don't think Dallas is a great offense at all.
See, and this is where I think, so, like, our O-line is struggling, right? My theory always was the O-line are kind of at a disadvantage in the first day because you always exchanging your defensive line. I mean, you got 2 to 3 guys deep there. You're starting your same O-line the whole time. Again, it's just to have positive yardage. I think if you put this Rattler and just have him just like a no thing, quick dumps, and not sit there and drop back and wait for the Brandon Cooks 35, 40 yards or the deep. Because there's just not enough time there, man. If you just kind of quick snap, kind of say what Belichick would do, keep the defensive guys on the field, which are the same, and just kind of make them play it out. You could go 3 and out pretty quick, but you want to match, the energy. They quit.
Dave, I know you said earlier on the week, Dave, that you thought somebody else was going to be the key receiver on his team later on in the season. It don't look like that.
No, I mean, look, I still like Shaheed. I think he's look, one game, man. Look, it's always overreaction week 1. I mean,
I think they're making
fantasy.
But I think they're making Olave the focal point at the receiving spot.
I think, but like back to what Pancho was saying, these high tempo plays. I think Kellen Moore did a great job of making things easy on Rattler because I mean, I watched this guy Rattler. Look, I watched him last year, and there was a lot of confusing situations that he dealt with. I think more simplified things. He opened up a lot of short passes. There was a lot of free and easy routes to Juwan Johnson and Chris Olave. I mean, hey, look, Chris Olave, look, man, I've been very critical because I don't think he's a real alpha number 1 receiver. I think of him more as a finesse number 2 receiver than an alpha 1 that you're going to give $25, $30 million a year to. He's not that guy for me. I think Shaheed has a little potential, but look, he's got to evolve. I mean, Shaheed's not there yet as a player either. Neither is Chris Olave. I think this offense, to me, look, man, it would be fun to see a healthy Taysom Hill with Alvin Kamara. I think that'll help develop any young quarterback. And I like the way Kendre Miller's playing as well. But the receivers, to me, are still a work in progress. Who's going to be that guy that steps up week to week? I mean, Olave looked like he was the one in week 1. But
I mean, we could possibly be sitting here talking about a different game if Juwan Johnson holds on to that ball.
He could have tied the game up. Not an easy. I know every fan's like, "Oh, you could have caught it," but to me, that wasn't a high percentage play, and the defender made a nice play on it, man.
At the end of the day, and if you got one hand, two hands on a ball, you have to catch it in today's game. I mean, you got guys doing helmet catches, but I mean that
I
hits
mean, but
both
you
his
guys know who he
hands.
is too. I mean, he's Jawan Johnson. I mean, we're not talking about Trey McBride, you know.
No, I get it, but
And I think the
how
general
much he's
manager
getting
created
paid?
this.
He's getting paid
he
like
actually had a better game than McBride, Dave.
I
he's
mean,
probably getting paid
no,
more than McBride too.
But what I'm saying is, though, to me, it's like we're surprised by the outcomes here. But like, this is the creation of a guy named Mickey Loomis. I mean, you've failed miserably. I mean, Cesar Ruiz.
Why are
Why
we
your
still
offensive line so
talking
bad?
about
Cesar
Mickey
Ruiz,
Loomis?
Trevor Penning. You
Why
know
are
what I'm
we
saying?
still
That's the
talking
two
about Mickey
culprits.
Loomis? But why are we sitting talking about Mickey Loomis still?
No, because I mean, this is the team you have. When we're expecting, we're like, oh, damn, how did Juwan Johnson not come up with that phenomenal catch? Because he's freaking Juwan Johnson. How is the offensive line not good? Because they busted on Cesar Ruiz and busted on Trevor Penning. 2 number 1 picks. They look like absolute busts. And then they go get the son of a bitch a contract extension on top of that with Ruiz.
Okay, what about supposedly all-world tackles you got now?
You do, but I mean, there's only 2 guys there. I mean, you know, that's
a
two
big
guys.
deal, Dave. That's a big deal. You got 2
No, but look,
all-world.
first off, the offensive line wasn't terrible in this game. I don't know why we keep saying the offensive line was bad. They ran the ball really well. They went away from the run, and they only got sacked 1 time. Rattler had clean pockets for a good chunk of that game.
Look, so an offensive line, if your tackles are good and your guard and your center is garbage, if you rush up the middle, you blitz up the middle, you flushing. Your goal is to flush the quarterback out the pocket every play. You get what I'm saying? So if you're up the middle is weak, you have nothing. You can't run the ball. You can't drop back. Your tackles can be all world, but if you got 3 guys in the middle, you can't go with their shadow.
You got an all-pro in the middle in McCoy.
No, you do, Richie, but I think those guards are getting abused. I mean, like, that's, to me, the hole in offensive line is your guard spot. I mean, remember, we won the Super Bowl. We had the best guard tandem in the NFL. We had Jari Evans and Carl Nicks, and I think that was one of the biggest driving forces of that offense.
Pretty much. You guard up the middle. Your tackles, I mean, they have to be – strong side has to be there. But, you know, it's good to have – but you so many years out, bro. It just sucks because none of these guys are going to be here in 3 years.
Oh, no, and you're right. I'm not saying none, but I know what you're saying. A lot of them will be gone.
Banks will be here. Banks will be here.
Oh, Banks and Fuaga, absolutely.
Fuaga will be here, but other than that, you won't see. McCoy's probably going to be in 3 years on the way out, unless you strike gold on your guards next year. But
why is McCoy going to be going? McCoy's young.
Yeah. What's McCoy, about 25, 26?
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, I think the offensive line, I think you built those 3 are your future. I think Ruiz, I think his contract, you can cut him after next year. I think you're stuck with him.
You want to get rid of McCoy, I guarantee you.
No, it's not that I want to get rid of McCoy. McCoy has the injury history, and
you put McCoy on the trading block right now, a team would jump and getting him quick.
Yeah, I like Eric McCoy. I got him as a top 3 or 4 player at this position. I think he's one of your best pure players.
No, I'm saying, but I'm thinking you 3 years out from here now. Like, again.
No, I agree. I mean, look, maybe he may be available. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But I mean, like you said, Fuaga, Kelvin Banks, looking at possibly an Olave or a Shaheed or somebody like that. But to me, that's the problem with the way Mickey Loomis constructed this team. You're giving those 2 or 3 year deals to guys that you're probably going to cut before you know what I'm saying? Before like what Poncho's saying, that 3 year window. Who makes it to that? Cam Jordan probably doesn't. Juwan probably doesn't. I don't know if
Mario's not. Half Justin Reed's not.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean, that's
I tell you what, I admit.
But then you got you're gonna have Pete Warner. You're gonna have Pete Warner coming into a contract. You're gonna have both of you. You're gonna have both of your tackles coming into a contract in 3 years. And so again, you got to turn it over at that point in time. You got to figure it out.
You got to clean your cap sheet. Your cap sheet has to be good going forward.
I will say this: I was for his age, I was impressed with Cam Jordan. I really was.
Who's that?
Cam Jordan. I was impressed.
He played well. I tell you, to me, I think Cam did great. But to me, Carl Granderson looked like the best player on the defense.
Listen, I hope Cam has 8 sacks, 9 sacks by the trade deadline. And we can send him off to a team.
He's not leaving, Poncho.
Like somebody like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, somebody like that.
He's not leaving here. He already said it.
I'm just saying that as he deserves that at the end of the day.
He don't want it. He don't want it.
I mean, look, it would be a good scenario, Rich and Poncho. I mean, it would be good if that situation could present itself. I mean, look,
like DeMario. Like, what is DeMario going to do with this team? What is Cam doing with this team? What is AK doing with this team? What is even Taysom Hill doing with this team? Like, these guys are going to be irrelevant next 2 years.
Reach out to KC and trade Olave. They need receivers. How about that?
If we could get a second, I would take it tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I would.
Well, reach out to him. Make the deal.
Hey, you got a shitty general manager, Rich.
Yeah.
You got a general
Anyway,
manager
guys,
that don't
listen.
really feel situations. He's got
Let's
terrible
move on.
timing.
Let's
The
move
problem
on.
is Sean Payton don't coach the Chiefs, bro. He coaches the Broncos.
Let's move on to the this week's opponent. Of course,
Yeah.
the 49ers coming to town. They got struck by a bunch of injury bugs. Of course, we don't know if Brock Purdy is going to play or not. He didn't practice today.
He's out. He's already out from when
We
they
know
said.
George. Well, it didn't come out. It didn't come out yet.
Adam Schefter said he's out. Yeah.
Well, if he's out, then that changes things. Then you got Mac Jones coming in here as your quarterback for that
Right.
team. You
Mac
got
Jones.
George Kittle out. You got Juwan Johnson. Jennings. He might be out. This seems like it could be a winnable game.
I mean, it could be, man. But real quick, I want to say one thing about Rattler. I'm gonna get into San Francisco real quick about Rattler. And dude, I'm not here just to piss on Rattler, but to me, I see so much emphasis on that Juwan Johnson throw. But I thought there was two things that I need to see Spencer Rattler get a lot better, and it's situational stuff. And I understand he's young; he doesn't have a full season technically under his belt in terms of starts. But that Brandon Cooks throw, and I don't know if you guys will remember on that last drive, that's a situation where it's a bit of a misguided completion. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but there was a play. Cooks was wide open on a 3rd and short.
Yep.
And Cooks had to go down and get it. It was a terrible throw offline. It ended up being a completion, obviously, in the stat book. But Cooks, put it this way, he was so wide open, he goes down and catches the ball, and he rolls over like he's rolling down a levee like we did as kids and manages to get out of bounds to stop the clock. That's how wide open he was.
Yep.
If Rattler puts that ball where it needs to be,
well, look at that.
on the field, it could be a touchdown. And I didn't like the spike play either a few plays later. I thought downs were too precious to spike the ball. You had plenty of time at that moment.
Well, look where he put the ball. Look where he put the ball for Olave when Olave got rocked again.
Oh, dude, everybody talked about Derek Carr. I know I defended him at times. I'm not a big Derek Carr fan, but, dude, people talk about hospital balls. I saw more hospital balls in this game from Rattler than I've seen in 2 years from Derek Carr.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's move on to it, Dave, about the 49ers. What's your thoughts, brother?
I don't know, man. Look, Mac Jones, I think we're remembering Mac Jones from the Patriots that failed, but this is a guy that's got – look, he's not a bad backup, man. I mean, he was a big prospect coming out of college. Wasn't he a first-round pick? McCaffrey didn't look too good from what I saw in that game. I think you're going to see perhaps more of Isaac Guerendo, man. I mean, I wasn't too impressed with Brian Robinson either, but I thought Guerendo played well for them last year. I think you're going to see a lot of Guerendo. Watch out for Ricky Pearsall, man. He's a good receiver.
You think they're going to put McCaffrey on the bench?
No. I just think I think they tried to force feed McCaffrey and try to get him going in that first game. But I think you got to see Guerendo. I don't even think he touched the ball, and that guy wasn't bad.
McCaffrey almost touched the ball 25 times last week.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He touched the ball way too much, in my opinion, because he wasn't very efficient in that game. I
think that's Shanahan doing that. What you think, Pancho?
Man, what's scary is, man, Shanahan has a system, the offensive system to where you can plug and play. Mm-hmm. And Mac Jones, you did see a nice size when he was with the Patriots. But Shanahan is the QB whisperer. If anybody can do anything with Mac Jones, it's going to be Shanahan. So Shanahan's highly sufficient, keeps the defense on their toes. And that's what I think Kellen Moore needs to do with Rattler. Just kind of put him in a no-huddle situation and let him just fucking do it without thinking. And that's kind of what Shanahan does.
Well, guess what?
That West Coast, I love it, man.
Guess what?
Again, so I opened up. The first game was the only game we really had a good shot at winning. But this second game, we have a better shot at winning. But what do you win at the end of the day? You move up into second place for the first place pick. So I don't know.
Pancho, do you want a 0-17 year or what?
Oh, I'd rather 0-17.
If you want that, Pancho, you shouldn't go to the game.
Oh, I'm going to every game, bro. I support because I understand the reason.
Well, right, no, Pancho and Richie, I like what Pancho said there. I went through this with every team I've been a fan of.
I went to the Pels. I mean, I love sports, Richie. If there's this game on the side of the road and I got 20 minutes, I'm pulling over and watching the game. If it's 10-year-olds, that's what I do.
But aren't you looking for the silver linings too? I think that's what we're looking like going forward.
You want to go watch a non-competitive game.
It was competitive.
Yeah.
You say they shouldn't, though. You say they shouldn't.
They're going to be in the game. They're just not going to win them. Right? We're not going to be stalemate. Like, we're not going to be we're going to be able to do some things. There's going to be some positive stuff there to see and watch.
I'll tell you this much right now. If Shanahan goes in there and destroys this Saints defense, we got problems.
Yep, without a doubt.
Hey, Richie, I'm more worried. I'll be honest with you.
No,
guys.
Richie,
I'm more worried
if
about the other side
Shanahan
of the
comes
ball.
in and wins this game, we got a fucking problem. Wins it, period. It don't have to be a blowout. If we lose this game with Mac Jones, you know, no no Jennings,
I'm going to say
no,
this. I think Pearsall is a better player than Jennings.
I understand, but you're still losing some
I
weapons there.
agree with you, Dave. I agree.
Yeah, I think Pearsall is going to be really good. I mean, we know what happened with him last year, getting shot and stuff. But I mean, I think he's a hell of a player.
No, I get it, but
I'm
if
worried
you
about the
lose this
defense, though,
game,
Poncho. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think you're playing a much better defense this week than what you played last week.
yeah, if
Well,
you lose this,
they said last week's defense was complicated. They said.
let's say
Yeah,
this.
that's what the announcers kept going to that because of the movement, like you said,
Yeah.
Richie, in the back end.
Richie,
Of the
if we go into this game and lose against Mac Jones and that offense with the weapons they lost,
They still got the best running back in football.
No.
What?
Wait, it's the best running back?
I still think.
Like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
I still think at full string he's the best running back in
Fucking
football.
Derrick Henry would
Oh,
wipe
man,
his.
I probably got Saquon Barkley,
Derrick.
Yeah,
guys.
Saquon, Derrick.
Well, if that's the
I like
case,
Bijan
Pancho,
as well.
yeah,
I hate to
Pancho,
say
if
it, he's a
that's-
Falcon, but
Pancho, if that's the case, then why didn't Derrick Henry go before Christian McCaffrey in no fantasy draft? Not one. Not one.
What's that?
I think you
Why
get a lot of people
Derrick
to be
Henry
upset
go
about that, Rich.
over Christian McCaffrey in any fantasy draft? Because he didn't.
Because if people knew Derrick Henry, like I know Derrick Henry's stats, they would draft Derrick Henry every fucking day of the week.
I think people are waiting for the wheels to fall off with Henry. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost guaranteed. He said his goal is to hit over 2,000 yards. That's that's a grown man saying that. So you have to take him, and he's trying to break a touchdown record. So he has goals he's trying to meet. CMC is just trying to exist.
The same Derrick Henry that just lost Baltimore the ball game. Is that the same one?
Yeah,
Look at
but
the stats.
Richie,
Look at them stats, brother.
Yeah, but let's be real. Derrick Henry.
All them stats and fumble the ball at the end of the game. Yep.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. Look at the touchdowns and the yards. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot more plays that lost that game than that.
No, it was that play. It was that play.
It wasn't the 40.
Hey, if you let Josh
it wasn't
Allen
the
go on
40.
the rampage you went on, you know.
If your defense allows 40 points, dog, it ain't on Derrick Henry. I can promise you that.
I
I
gotta
can
say,
promise you that.
Pancho, I promise you can redraft right now. Christian McCaffrey still will go ahead of Derrick.
Absolutely not.
And look, I'm going to say this. Hold on, guys. For a fantasy reason, let me shed a little light on that. I think it's because of McCaffrey's pass catching ability. That's why.
Dave, not to cut you off. Matter of fact, Pancho, I'm in a redraft league every week. We redraft every week, and I'll let you know if you go who goes first.
Richie, I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a bold prediction. Christian McCaffrey is going to struggle this year, man, and Derrick Henry is going to have no less than 1,300 yards rushing.
He's gonna have more touchdowns.
Yeah. He'll get 13 to 14.
It's just facts, but it's facts. Watch.
It ain't facts.
I don't think. Look, Richie, I'll be honest with you. Christian McCaffrey. I'm not saying he won't be better than what we saw last week, but
he might not finish the season.
I mean, Seattle's got a pretty good defense out there. They're coming.
Derrick Henry wasn't even the best running back last year.
Who's that?
Last year he wasn't even the best running back. It was Saquon Barkley.
Well, yeah, Barkley to me is the best back in the game. I think.
Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry's in the conversation of the greatest ever.
No, indeed not.
Henry's in the conversation of the greatest ever.
I think he's a definite Hall of Famer. Yeah, I mean.
I got news for you. Jameer Gibbs went before Derrick Henry this year. Pancho?
Oh, no, I mean, Jameer Gibbs to me is a top 4 back in the league, top 3 or 4. I mean, look, everybody's going to look at what they did week 1 against Green Bay, who was lights out. I mean, Jameer Gibbs is a maniac. Trust me, that dude's a stud.
I'm just simply saying about Derrick Henry. That's all. He goes in drafts.
So we got started with this about the McCaffrey thing, right? I mean, look, I'm not so much worried about the offense, y'all. I'm worried about we talked about the complex defense of Arizona. I think
the dude had 1,900 yards last year and 16 touchdowns, brother. Like, who's getting that?
Wait, what he did?
Saquon Barkley.
1,920 yards.
Saquon Barkley's getting it.
I mean, Barkley's 8 years younger, bro. Come on.
8 years younger?
Yeah.
He ain't 8 years younger.
There's a few years. But look, guys, why did they kept listen, man? Here's my thing. I want to say this to every Saints fan watching.
Saquon
had 80. Here we go.
And Saquon had 80 more yards and 3 less touchdowns. There you go.
Pancho, you can say what you want. Me and Dave both agree.
Oh no! Listen, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying Derrick Henry's the fucking man too, bro. He's in the conversation with anybody in the NFL. Running back,
it's like the sun comes up every morning, man. You know. But look, the defense, man.
Did you watch? Man, he pushing grown men down. You watch
All
Derrick
sons of
Henry
bitches
run?
won't go against
Dude,
the
he
same
just like
fantasy thing.
Derrick Henry, man.
No, but what about the defense?
I'm not a Derrick Henry guy.
Shit,
Oh man, he's a maniac, dude. Look.
He can't catch. He can't block.
motherfucker, he's a human fucking.
He's
He's different, dude. I mean, look, right now,
back that runs the ball, can't catch worth of nothing.
Yeah, shit.
You know what's crazy? At one point in time, people thought Leonard Fournette was going to be the superior prospect to Derrick Henry when they came out.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Derrick Henry's a terrible running back. I think he's a top 5. I mean, I would say that.
Yeah, top 5. I would say top 5 still. But dude, look, real quick. Are y'all not worried about that defense over there? Because I think there's more star power in that 49ers defense, and Robert Saleh is going to make somebody else a star before this year's over. I mean, he's one of the best DCs out there. You got Bosa, you got Warner, you got Lenore. Dude, I don't – look, man, I'm not –
Well, listen,
Arizona didn't have that.
you're talking about – now, listen, Dave. Now, the strength of the 49ers is them pass rushes. So now your bookend tackles are going to have their job. They're going to have to step up.
And look, dude, Fred Warner's waiting for a mistake over the middle. I mean, you think Juwan Johnson's just going to sit there and, like, run free like he did last week on these short routes? Fred Warner's going to be looking to make a play, man. Now, you're right, Richie. Bosa and those guys up front, they're going to get pressure, man. Look, I think the defense has to be looked at. And like you said, Mac Jones, man, look, he could probably plug and play in that system, but I'm looking for somebody like Garendo to get more carries, man. I wasn't impressed with Brian Robinson last week.
Yeah. Dave, if your running back is getting 1,920 yards on the ground, how many yards do you want him to catch? How many yards do you need him to catch out the backfield?
Well, I'll be real with you. If I had a 1,900-yard running back, I don't give a shit if he had 4 catches all year.
That's what I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, hey, look, Rich, they were the best offense, I think, in the league last year, or number 2 or something.
I promise you that.
Huh?
Derrick Henry's best year was not better than Christian McCaffrey's best year. I promise.
No, look, hey, Richie, no, Christian McCaffrey was the man, dude. I just think that injury, I don't think he's the same guy anymore, man.
Oh, he ain't. He definitely ain't.
I mean, he didn't look explosive at all in that game. Like, I mean.
Okay, well, if I told you who had more fantasy points last year, who would you think?
Oh, I mean.
Last year?
No, just last week. This week.
Well, I mean,
it depends whose system you're going off of. Yeah.
I mean, Rich, here's my thing.
I'm just saying that running back.
Yeah, but look, I mean, Keenan Allen had more fantasy points than Ladd McConkey, and trust me, Ladd McConkey is the best player in the Chargers.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You're saying he had a monster game.
Justin Fields in our league had 10 times more points than anybody else. I mean, that ain't saying shit, brother. Come on, man. Depends who you're going off of.
Look, this fantasy story, when we got more time, we got to tell the fantasy stories.
But anyways,
I mean, I'm just telling you who got the most points. I know.
No, I mean, but look, Richie. McCaffrey did have a lot of touches. I mean, I don't know, man. Look, to me, at the end of the day, Derrick Henry is going to have the much better season. That's just my opinion, my prediction. I don't.
If they both stay healthy,
huh?
If they both stay healthy.
I don't think McCaffrey. Yes. I think McCaffrey's not the same guy, man. I might be wrong. Maybe I'll eat my word.
Okay,
we might go for 100 yards on both, receiving and rushing this week.
Let's do this then. If they both
Christian McCaffrey had 22 attempts at 69 yards this past game.
Right. So
and that's better than Derrick Henry, dog.
I'm telling you, you keep looking at something. I'm simply going on my fantasy football.
Look, Derrick Henry had 18 rushes for 169 yards, bro.
Yeah, I'm taking that stat line.
Get the fuck, bro. Come on. Come on.
And that's to me, that's my separation.
You're talking about real life football.
I am.
Well, right.
You're talking about fantasy.
No, but Richie, I would rather a guy with 169 yards.
McCaffrey had 22 touches for 69 yards.
More points in fantasy. That's all I'm asking.
No. Well, Richie, let me ask
Derrick Henry, he has fucking 18 touches for 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did
not have more points.
How many? Did McCaffrey have like 9 catches or something?
McCaffrey had 49 points. 49.
49? How?
Yes.
Because he got a carry for every. He got a point for every fucking carry. What are you talking about?
No, in regular leagues, he got 41. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
I don't know what. How many catches did he have? Like 15? I mean, what?
Yeah.
He had almost 9 catches.
Well, look. Here's my thing. So here's my thing. Let's throw the fantasy and reality thing out there because I think this is interesting.
If you listen to my point, I said I was saying was, who do you think is going to have the most points in fantasy at the end of the year if they're both healthy? That's all I asked.
Oh, Henry. Yeah.
No shot.
So look, Richie. Here's my thing with Christian McCaffrey. If you're averaging only 3 yards a carry, they're not going to give him 22 carries every week. If that doesn't get any better, I think you're going to see a lot of Garendo, man. I'm telling you, I think Garendo was overshadowed last week. They wanted to see what
it's also we also comparing a running back, which I agree Christian McCaffrey's been hurt. Well, why don't y'all compare Derrick Henry to Saquon Barkley? How's about that? That's fair.
Well, no, I'm just talking about who we playing, right? I mean, isn't that why we talking about McCaffrey?
But Pancho's on his trip about Derrick Henry being a top running back.
So McCaffrey had 140 yards total, 140 yards total.
Yeah.
And no touchdowns. Derrick Henry had 170 yards just rushing with 2 touchdowns.
And how many catches?
I didn't look at it. What do you mean catches? You got fucking.
Just
because he catches the ball 10 times and gets 10 yards doesn't mean
Richie, man. I see where you're going, Richie. But look, if you tell me Kendre Miller gets 18 carries for 169 yards this week, the Saints better win that
game.
All
I asked was fantasy. That's all I asked.
I
don't care how they get the points.
I don't know how McCaffrey got any fucking points because he didn't score any touchdowns and he got a whole lot less yards.
Hey, guys, I'm glad we're talking about running backs because to me, I think that's one of the reasons we blew this game a little bit too was I think we should have stayed more aggressive with the run game. I think we kind of tailed away from it at one point in time.
I think you're right.
I mean, Kendre Miller, dude, he looked damn good. Kamara looked good early. I mean, Kamara only had 11 carries in this game. I don't know what Kendre was, but they were both averaging like close to 5 yards a clip. I think we abandoned it a little bit. Devin Neal even came in and had a couple decent runs, but we stopped running the ball like
he did. He was going deep in the running back rotation. That's for sure.
He was, man, and I'm intrigued by that because I think you could throw Kamara out there more as a receiver and really make the other guys put them in more pleasant spots where they're not getting as much attention. I mean, if Kamara's out there, he's going to get eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? Alleviate the pressure off of Olave or Shaheed or Cooks.
So you're saying you're more worried about the defense, Dave, than anything?
Yeah, man. I just think, like you said it, man, you got good pass rushers. Robert Saleh, to me, is just like Dennis Allen. He might not have been the best head coach or, might have not got the opportunity to show it, but he's a damn good coordinator like Dennis Allen. Very good defensive coordinator, even though his team folded late. But Dennis Allen is good at coaching defense. He's not a good head coach. And Saleh, I think he's going to get the most out of some of those players we don't know.
Dennis Allen's defense didn't look too good that second half.
No, dude, that was the weirdest look, man. The Sunday night, Monday night games was such a different game late in the third and fourth quarter, man. That was wild, dude. I mean, because, dude, the Bears defense looked great most of that game.
Yeah, it looked promising, man.
I was like, damn, DA's the shit now, But
no, he's not.
Yeah, but I say, look, he must have.
Well, the problem was it wasn't the defense. Chicago,
it was defense. It was definitely
how can if you can't score fucking points and you keep putting your defense on the field, you 3 and out, like your defense is gonna start giving up points. You got to start sustaining drives and get some points.
Did you watch the first drive after the second half? After the halftime, it was fresh. The defense was fresh.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the offense still has to produce something. They have to sustain drives.
But I'm talking about you went in at halftime, came out, and then you gave up a big touchdown.
Yeah, and they were sleeping. You went to sleep. First,
y'all think McCarthy just like the light just clicked for that kid? Like he was just shell shocked. You had Soldier Field, downtown Chicago, huge, atmosphere. And then
they were running that ball straight down Chicago. They were running that ball straight down Chicago's throat.
So and when it gets to a point of desperation, when you ain't got nothing to lose, bro, I mean, you could change the outcome of anything. It's just the will of the way. It's you make things happen, and then shit starts rolling. And once one thing starts going right, it's momentum. Siriaco never believed in momentum, but if one thing goes right, things start to fall into place for you, bro.
But to answer your question, I don't know who that guy came out of the locker room was in McCarthy. That kid there, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing, man. I think Jordan Mason's going to do really well out there, man. And when they get Jordan Addison back from that suspension, man.
Jordan Mason had more touches than Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I think Aaron Jones is gonna take more of a part-time role, man. I think it's gonna be Mason's backfield soon, man.
They definitely need, but I do think Jefferson's stock is dropping.
I think he's getting a lot of attention, Rich. I think when Addison comes back, that's gonna help him a lot, man.
It's gonna help big time.
So I think the Vikings have a hell of a team on paper, man. They're a pretty damn. They can be a sleeper team.
Nobody gives that. He's a hell of a coach, bro. Hell of a coach.
Yeah, man. Kevin O'Connell, dude. I wish look, hey, hope Kellen Moore, Kellen Moore kind of, I don't know, there's a little bit of a weird connection to me with those two to win it. They carry themselves a little bit. I don't know, man. I'm hoping Kellen's got that juice in him like Kevin O'Connell, man.
I don't think I don't think Kellen Moore demands a team, dude.
No, I mean, he's very passive. He's not. He doesn't look like a dude that would just sit there and get in somebody's shit on the sideline. But man, it might work. I mean, look, Richie, I will say this. I don't think outside of people questioning that should he have called a timeout before the half to save a little time. I mean, you could play that both ends. I thought the coaching staff did a pretty decent job. I didn't see anything like, damn, man. You know, I mean, there were some penalties, obviously, but they were kind of bonehead. You know, I mean, I thought the coaches, you know, for the most part, put the players in good position, man.
Yeah, I think so too, man. So listen, before we get out of here, I just want to get y'all thoughts on this weekend's game. I know.
What was your takeaway from the LSU, Rich?
The
Playing La
LSU?
Tech.
Man, they were just playing around, bro. That was just an overlook. They're ready for Florida.
What did Colorado do last weekend? I didn't hear y'all talk about that at all.
They wind up winning.
Deion's in the process. They went through 3 quarterbacks in one game.
Did they really?
Yeah, so he's in the process of
grass or what?
No,
he might get fired before the end of the year.
Deion has kind of 3. He has a guy that he brought in from Liberty from out of Texas, and
Malik Willis is old school, huh?
Division 2 or 3 school, and then
Mario Douglas and Malik Willis.
But then you got Julian Lewis, which is
when they start playing these top teams, they're in trouble, bro. And I think Patrick.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get their asses handed.
Well, why are we not talking about Florida then, dog? Come on, be real then.
Hey, I thought it was funny how Deion said the whole place smelled like weed in the second quarter. That's what I was asking. Was the quarterback just getting soft stuff on the sideline or what?
Yeah.
Like he's like, God damn it, Mike!
LSU played Florida this week.
Brownies,
and
man.
They just lost to what USF.
Damn.
They're not worried about Florida.
We play them this weekend, actually.
I know they're not worried about Florida though.
Yeah, bro. What you mean not worried about Florida? Florida was a top 10 team coming into the season. What are you talking about?
Hey, what NFL team impressed y'all the most week 1?
LSU is the best team in the SEC by a mile.
Woo! Man, we're going to see, man. But no, is there anybody that impressed y'all the most this week in NFL? I mean, was there one team that stood out?
Yeah, Buffalo.
It's hard to look, Richie. That's hard to top, man. I would say Buffalo and Green Bay, man, were very impressive.
I think. Listen, I don't care if nobody says it's just my opinion. I think Baltimore and Buffalo are the best 2 teams in the NFL. That's just my opinion.
Look, Richie, it could be, man. It could be. I wouldn't dispute that at all.
Kansas City's not making a playoff this year.
I think Kansas City, the injuries are starting to, man, just the situations are piling up for them early, man.
If they don't get that man some help at receiver, they're in trouble.
That's what I'm saying. They have to, man. I mean, as great as Mahomes is, they
I think KC might give you 2 first rounders for Olave right now.
Didn't the receiver just get
in a hard?
There was a receiver out there that just got cut or something.
If he got cut, he ain't worth nothing.
No, not cut. He left. There was a receiver. I forgot.
There is rumors out there that they are reaching out to Miami to bring in Tyreek back. That's just crazy to me. But
the money ain't gonna work.
It ain't. It's not gonna work. Well, if they trade, the thing about it is they thinking about trading an offensive lineman. I mean, listen to me, a defensive lineman. I don't know.
Still, the money's got to match, bro. Tyreek got himself so much. Unless even cutting him, there's no there's no way to make.
What's the guaranteed versus the cap hits and all? Anybody? I don't know that offhand.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be fucking ridiculous.
Well, the thing about it is, like what somebody said, they wouldn't be talking about it if they couldn't work it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody talks at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, but you wouldn't conversate it though, Pancho, if the money don't work no matter what. That's the first thing you got to look at. I agree with you.
I mean, look, then again, I don't know if you really need that. Look, Richie, I'm not saying that they won't go that route, but I feel like you need. Look, Rashee Rice is going to come back at some point.
But Dave, you
need to reset your whole receiving room.
Your next 4 games are tough, dude.
They will. They got to get somebody though. They got to get like an upgrade, like Pancho said. I mean, like they got to look for like maybe a middle of the road guy that's not going to cost them a shit ton of draft picks or anything, or you know.
You're talking about teams. I tell you what, Denver looked disappointing.
Yeah, Denver. I mean, I thought Knicks had some up and down.
Man, he had turnovers at
the end of the day, Tyreek is doable to an extent, man. He's got 2 years. He's got a $10 million base and a 6.5 signing.
I think they're looking at it, Dave. I know what you're saying. You can get by till them guys come back, but could you imagine having Rashee Rice and Tyreek? That's pretty good.
Wait, no. So
it could be.
Hill's cap hit this year is 27, and his next year cap hit is 52.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah,
And the
they'll cut
dead
him
money, I don't know what the
next year.
dead money would be in that, but
That's crazy.
So
if the
this
dead money's
year,
high,
yeah,
forget
this
about
year it'd be 56 dead money, or 57 dead money,
yeah.
and then 15.5 next year.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna go. I mean, look, we'll see, man. Weirder shit has happened.
So
You know?
that's $70 million.
I was shocked to see him do what he did with that receiver. That man.
Hey man, is the NFC to me the best two best divisions right now to me have got to be the AFC West and NFC North, right? I mean, is there somebody else that I'm missing here or what?
I'd agree.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing, man. And look, my boy Chris ain't gonna like it too much, but I do not think the Texans make the playoffs this year, man. I think the Jaguars are gonna be a little bit tougher, and I think the Colts. If Daniel Jones proves everybody wrong, why? I don't know if the Colts aren't the most best, all around roster in that division if Daniel Jones plays well. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, Dave.
I'm thinking about it. You got Warren over there at tight end. You got Pittman and Downs at receiver. You got Jonathan Taylor, by far the best back in the division. Good
I'll tell you
offensive
what,
line for the most part.
talking about the NFC.
See, Richie, that's a young team with promise, with young guys at every position, and all you need is a plug and play QB, and you got some years left there. We're in a totally different fucking stratosphere from that.
I got to give the Bear credit on that one, dude.
From the Colts to us. I mean, some teams you just need a QB to plug and play. You get what I'm saying? And Indianapolis is that team. They got, like Dave just mentioned, all the athletic spots are there.
So you telling me you wouldn't give the Saints a chance if they had Mahomes at quarterback?
Wait, say it again.
Man,
if the Saints had Mahomes
at
quarterback right now, you wouldn't give the Saints a chance.
Yeah,
I mean, you got Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson on Burrow. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw anything up in the air, bro.
There's only 4 of those guys, though, man, and throw a hurt.
If Brock Purdy is a plug and play at 7th round, I mean,
I tell you what, you talking about a tough team. I think Green Bay's gonna be a tough out for everyone.
Oh, Green Bay was pretty damn dominant, dude. I think Detroit will be fine, but they made Detroit look
right now. To me, he's one of the top coaches in the NFL. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, and they're gonna utilize Parsons in some crazy ways from what it looks like in that defense, man.
That defense is nasty.
Let me ask y'all this: talk about Lamar Jackson real quick. Every Saints fan goes back to that 2018 draft. And as much as I like Lamar Jackson, I stand by the Saints 100% doing what they did, getting Davenport. All right. And I know people say, oh, you crazy. Well, hindsight's 2020. We were a contender at that moment. You go make your team better. You had 2 or 3 more years, maybe more of Drew Brees. But let me ask you guys this. Why do we never talk about the 2020 disastrous draft where we used our first-round pick on Cesar Ruiz, and guess who went a couple picks after? Jordan freaking Love. How good would Jordan Love look in a Saints uniform right now? But yeah,
we thought the Saints were going to take him, Dave.
That was 2020, Rich. Drew's 2 years older at that point. Look, man, I love Sean Payton, but I think Payton and Mickey Loomis, everybody dropped the ball on this Jordan Love thing. I don't know.
There's a lot of kids. We said, I think we were Gary Grayson probably that year in the 4th round, some shit.
I don't know, dude, but I think it's a worse baffle. And it's not saying that I think he's better than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I think the fact that Drew was older, Jordan Love looked like more of a plug-in, like Ponch talking about a pro-ready plug-and-play guy, even though he sat for a minute. I think Lamar, as great as he is, they had a lot of scouts that had doubts about him. Love looked like a more safer pick. And trust me, Breeze being 2 years older, it makes you think, hey, why the hell didn't we do this? We wasted a pick on a guard. And although I love offensive linemen, dude, it's a huge part of the game. I don't think Ruiz was – I don't know, man. I just don't think he was that great.
Then you got the devil side of it. Then you got the Anthony Richardson deal. You got other guys that had very promising that went high that just didn't pan out. Johnny Manziel's. You had guys that just didn't. Right. I mean, you can dwell on. You can dwell on missing Pat Mahomes at 32 or 31.
Josh Allen didn't go. Josh Allen went late.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just a talent, and you got to see it through. And you can't just throw him in a fire right then and there. I mean, Lamar didn't start right then and there. I think Lamar went through Flacco, didn't he?
They passed up Lamar Jackson. Come on, man.
Everybody. There's a lot of teams
like Lamar, like I said, as great as he is, they had a lot of doubt whether his game would transition. I mean, I'm not saying it was right to have that doubt.
And then another thing is Lamar fits Harbaugh's offense. Like Sean Payton is a gun running gun. Like that wouldn't have worked with Payton's offense. I wouldn't have seen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. What you're
No,
saying.
I mean, I just think Jordan. That's what I'm saying. Jordan Love to me would have seemed like a great marriage with Sean Payton. I mean,
That's what. Yeah, more of a pocket. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, how did they not understand? Like Drew. Look, man, we saw Drew, and that's the thing too. Drew started having those injuries before the 2020 season.
Yeah.
In 2018, going into that year,
but
he was pretty damn
how
healthy for
sexy
an
was
older dude.
Jordan Love for UCLA? He wasn't dominant per se,
He
wasn't he?
He wasn't. No.
I mean, he
No,
played.
he was a pretty good prospect though, dude. I mean, I think.
I
a
mean,
lot
Matt
of analysts-
Leinart. I mean, come on. I mean, we can go. I mean,
No,
we
but
can-
I'm saying, but that was everybody talks about that 2018 draft. I don't think the timing was right. I think there was some suspicion with Lamar and how his game would cross over to the NFL level, but I thought Love.
wasn't Matt Flynn a plug and play guy?
No.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not going to talk about every guy that ever busted. I'm just saying, but to me, it's like, okay, if when Drew's over 40 at this point, he just came off a season filled with injuries. Remember, Teddy had to play. No, actually, it was.
But they went Garrett Grayson, bro. Didn't they went Garrett
Oh.
Grayson the last 2-3 years of Drew's tenure here?
Well, no, I think Grayson was long gone before that, though.
Yeah.
I think you had, because remember, your quarterback room at that point, because Taysom took over for the games in 2020 when Drew.
They
got
definitely.
there.
I mean, they definitely
did it in
missed out on a bunch.
2019.
They definitely missed out on a bunch of guys. Well, listen, guys, we gotta get out of here. We'll be back next Thursday night, y'all. Hopefully, the Saints. Oh man, join me and Dave on Sunday mornings. We'll have our commentary.
Macho, you got to come in, bro. You got to come in, P, again.
Yeah, I'll be there, bro.
He needs to
All right,
start getting
fellas.
interviews, man.
Bang,
These
bang,
guys
nine
take
again.
the hard
That's all
truth,
we're gonna
bro.
hear, man. Bang, bang, nine again. That's all they're gonna.
Yeah, you
All
need
right,
a hard
y'all.
truth banner, bro.